And now, please welcome the chair of the HENAC Hall of Fame Committee and its inaugural Hall of Fame inductee, Ms. Linda Cubero, and her Hall of Fame member, Dr. Dan Arvizu, Director of the National Renewable Energy Laboratory.
Every culture has its pantheon of accomplished individuals, from the tribal elders of a clan to the patriarchs and matriarchs of a family, to the veterans of our military. These symbols of achievement, experience, and integrity both inspire ensuing generations and provide living proof that great heights can be attained by anyone within the community. They also serve as beacons of excellence for those on the outside, bright, shining stars that represent the best of what that community has to offer.
This was the vision of the HENAC Hall of Fame when it was conceived in 1998, to provide young, aspiring engineers and STEM professionals with guiding lights of excellence, and to show off the technical brilliance and world-class accomplishments of the Hispanic community's best and brightest to the rest of America, and quite frankly, to the world.
15 former HENAC Award winners were inducted that first year, and 17 others have since joined this pantheon of Hispanic excellence in STEM. This year, we're proud to carve the 33rd face into our Mount Rushmore.
To induct our newest Hall of Famer, please welcome our most recent inductee and 2007 Engineer of the Year, Adalio Sanchez, General Manager for IBM Systems and Technology Group.
As Dean of the College of Engineering at North Carolina State University, Dr. Luis Martin Vega deeply appreciates our nation's urgent need to increase the number of students pursuing STEM degrees. He also recognizes that tapping into the talent pool of our growing Hispanic population is key to our ability to successfully address the nation's challenge. While the most popular approach has been to find ways to excite our youth around science and technology, this visionary leader believes there's another equally critical factor we've generally overlooked. He addressed this point in a 2006 article for the American Society of Engineering Education, in which he wrote, and I quote, "Our young Hispanics and other minorities need to believe that while the core motivation of engineering may lie in the excitement and discovery and innovation, it is also a career with significant opportunities for societal impact through government and public service and active involvement in the political process." He further said, "This broader image is still not associated with engineering among most young Hispanics and remains a major challenge if we are to engage this fast-growing segment of our population in the growth and development of our profession and our nation." Ladies and gentlemen, it is with this vision and dedication and inspiration that Dr. Martin Vega arrived in 2006 to lead this internationally recognized College of Engineering at NC State, of more than 8,500 students, 700 faculty and staff, and a budget in research of $129 million. He is both a professor and the dean, and teaches and conducts research in production and manufacturing systems, in logistics and distribution, in operations management, and of course, education. But he has also held several prestigious positions at the National Science Foundation, including acting as head of its engineering directorate and as director of design, manufacture, and industrial innovation. He is a fellow of the Institute of Industrial Engineers and of the Society of Manufacturing Engineers, and is a respected leader in several professional and academic associations. Dr. Martin Vega has also received numerous awards and honors, including HENAC's 2000 Education Award. Friends and colleagues, it is my privilege to present HENAC's distinguished 2011 Hall of Fame inductee, Dr. Luis Martin Vega.
Buenas noches. First of all, I would like to extend my sincere appreciation to the great minds in STEM organization for this singular recognition. Those who have preceded me into the HENAC Hall of Fame present an extremely high standard of performance, and I'm just deeply honored and sincerely humbled by this selection. Often people say that they're able to succeed because they stood on the shoulders of giants. And the giants in my own life were many individuals and organizations who lifted me up to see a better future. My first giants were my parents. Both were born in Puerto Rico during a time, during a time of scarce resources and limited opportunities. My father enlisted in the military at a young age and faced the perils of war and levels of stress that have exceeded anything that I've ever had to deal with in my life. His career led him and my adventurous mother to New York, and that's where I was born. And from that point on, they provided my brother and I educational opportunities they never had, as well as a solid foundation and a clear vision of what was possible through dedicated effort and hard work. It was also wonderful growing up in a home that practiced and valued 2 languages and cultures. This instilled a very special sense of identity in me for which I will always be thankful. When my father retired from the military, we returned to Puerto Rico, where I discovered a very large extended family that really was never afraid to voice its opinions about what I should do with my life. Tienes que ser médico, abogado, ingeniero, the Grand Combo song, right? That some of you may know. No pierdas el tiempo, muchacho, aprovechas el tiempo. And many, many similar comments. Then when I married the love of my life, Magali, who is right here with me tonight, her family was even bigger than mine, okay? So the number of people offering support, advice, and encouragement only really grew. Another giant was Puerto Rico itself. The island's strong commitment to higher education provided government scholarships that really covered most of my undergraduate studies at La Universidad de Puerto Rico, Mayagüez, which in those days we called El Colegio, right? Some of you know that. And it was a fellowship program of an economic development agency called Fomento that made it possible for a young engineer and his family to return to the mainland to pursue graduate studies. The industrial engineering faculty mentors at UPR Mayagüez also played an important role, and I can never truly repay their support, but years later, as a faculty member at UPR Mayagüez, I found the opportunity to work with many students and faculty colleagues, some of who are here this evening, and whose achievements have become a source of personal pride and motivation to me. After I joined the faculty at the University of Florida in 1980, I have to be honest, my career looks like the case of somebody who just isn't able to keep a job, right? The reality is that all of these stops, UF, National Science Foundation, Florida Tech, Lehigh, back to NSF, USF, and now at NC State, have provided me with very exciting challenges and opportunities in teaching and research, government public service, private sector consulting. But it has also given me the privilege of leading 2 premier colleges of engineering and even having a trip to the South Pole. That also brought many other giants into my life. These moves also provided many challenges for my family. My wife Magali, my son Luisito, my daughter Monica have in a way been the biggest giants because they've been together with me, along with my brother Dennis, parentheses here, who thought this was going to be dubbing in Cooperstown today, right? Okay. Have been unwavering in their support and understanding. But my biggest reward has been their own accomplishments and the blessings we now have with our grandchildren. Now, I'd like to direct my final words to the young Hispanic students that are looking forward to STEM careers who are here tonight. This year's conference theme, Advancing a Culture of Technology, requires not only advances in technology, but also advances in the human values and comprehension needed to create a culture that truly advances mankind. As the product of 2 cultures, you are ideally prepared to play a major role in this advancement. The idea that we as Hispanics can bring the best of our 2 backgrounds to bear on societal needs and challenges is something to recognize, cherish, and celebrate. Be proud of your Hispanic background. Be strong and aggressive in your vision, expectations, and ambitions, for it is your role as leaders of society that we eventually want to celebrate. At the same time, be humble and understanding that whatever you achieve, whatever heights you eventually attain, these are the results of those who have come before you and upon whose shoulders you stand. They've allowed you to see further than they could see. It's their sacrifices that are helping you reach your potential to eventually become a giant yourself. Make them proud. Be sure that their efforts have not been in vain. Commit yourself today and every day to lifting others, even as we speak, to heights unforeseen by any of us here today. Thank you very much. This is a great and special honor. Muchas gracias. Que Dios los bendiga a todos.